So I'm Gary Forshee Jr., J-Tech student, and today we're going to be doing a brakes job. I'm starting with the rear driver's side. I'm also going to do the driver's side today. So right now I've taken the caliper and I've hung it so that the brake line doesn't get damaged or crimped. And now I'm going to take off the bracket so that I can measure the rotor. Now I am measuring the rear rotor. And it's 7.62. The specification for this model car is 8.9 to 9.1, so this rotor needs to be changed. Now we're checking the thickness on the rear pads. It's green. It's even with the green surface. And now for the inner pad. Flush right here, 8 millimeters, so both rear pads are within specs, and that ends. And so I now finished the rear inspection, and now I'm moving to the front. Alright, so I'm going to use this electronic micrometer to gauge the thickness of this rotor on this vehicle. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zero it out. Need to make sure that it's fully closed. Zero it out. And you put it in. It reads 23.74 millimeters, and the specs per Pro Demand for this vehicle is 26, so this rotor needs to be replaced. So now I've taken the bolts off the caliper. I'm going to take the caliper off, and I'm going to set it up here where it's resting here on this metal bar, so that my brake line doesn't get cramped or damaged by hanging loose and having the weight of the caliper pull it down. Now at this part of the inspection, I'm going to check the brake pads for their thickness to see if they're within specs of the vehicle. There's my brake pad gauge, and I'm going to use it to determine whether the pads are good. So using this gauge, this brake pad is even with this yellow gauge on the inner pad, and on the outer pad And on the outer pad it's yellow again, which means it's moderate, but typically if it's on the lower end of yellow, probably should replace them. Red is, it's an immediate problem. Yellow is going to be a problem soon, and green is you're good for about whatever the specs are, whether it's every time that you service your vehicle in a general service that's in the manual, or every 3,000 to 6,000 miles depending on the vehicle.